Well, good afternoon. Beautiful Saturday, August 2nd here in Fitchburg. Mayor Sean Paff, and I'm at the annual crime prevention picnic today here at McKee Farms Park. This is just a great picnic where we have law enforcement and emergency response agencies from Fitchburg and across Dane County. A really good outreach event with the community to talk about how crime prevention not only relies on solid law enforcement and emergency response professionals, but also you as neighbors and community residents. And joining me today is no stranger to many of you, Jay Wilson. Jay, longtime member of our police department. Welcome, and tell us a little bit what we're seeing here today, Jay.
Well, this is our annual celebration for National Night Out. It's a Mayor National Night Out, like you mentioned, is a nationwide crime prevention day. It's kind of always geared to the first Tuesday in August, but we like to have our event on the Saturday before because we get an opportunity to draw resources from around the area. And then it's like we got agencies coming to our event, and then we'll go to their event later in the next week. But it's a great opportunity for us to get together and to show off the resources that we've had. And lately we've had to put a lot of our resources into use for different incidents that have happened in the city. And also a great opportunity for citizens to come and interact with police officers. A lot of time they don't get to talk to us unless we stop them for a traffic violation, which usually they're not too happy about. But if this is a chance to come and have some refreshments, and get to see what we have and talk to officers. And we learn a lot about what's happening in the neighborhood and a lot of things that we're not aware of, because a lot of times people just don't want to call the police department.
And Jay, this is a lot of, law enforcement is a lot of communication. Not just communication among agencies. The Wisconsin State Patrol is here. Dane County Sheriff's Department is here. I know we have even our Public Works Department here at City Hall. But how about that communication with the neighborhood, Jay? As you know, you've been in Fitchburg now nearly 30 years as a police officer. You've seen the city grow from 4,000, 5,000, 8,000 people to almost 26,000 that we have now. And this diversity is incredibly amazing, whether it be demographic, geographic, or economically. That core human interaction of communication, how important is that for crime prevention?
Well, it's very important because it's nice for us at the police department to learn what's happening in the neighborhoods, and also it's an opportunity for neighbors just to communicate amongst themselves what's happening in the neighborhood. And like you mentioned, how the city's grown, a lot of the neighborhood associations have grown. Like yourself, you probably attended neighborhood meetings, and we have officers that go to the neighborhood meetings, and it gives an opportunity for us to learn. And a great example I have is I went to one neighborhood meeting, and they were complaining about pumpkins being smashed in the neighborhood just before Halloween, and we didn't really know that was happening, but they gave us the information, and not the next night we caught the kids that were doing all the smashing of the pumpkins. And it's no smash the pumpkins is no great crime, but for a lot of people, just having their mailbox vandalized, the Christmas lights taken, even the pumpkins, kids carve the pumpkins and put them out to celebrate Halloween. It's nice to catch the people that are at it, and also makes a mess on the streets and that also.
And Jay, you talk about the communication with the police officer. How important is that to have we, along with Chief Blotter and leadership like you, do what we call community policing? Talk a little bit about that. I mean, we've assigned cops to certain neighborhoods, and over a few periods of time we'll rotate those people. But you really, at the leadership level of the police department, you gentlemen really stress get out in the neighborhoods and meet people, right?
We do, and the nice part about the community policing is you get assigned to an area for a couple of years, and you get to know the people in the neighborhood. We develop bonds with a lot of the leaders in that neighborhood, the resources as far as contacting the apartment complexes and the management, and we can work together to solve a lot of the problems, because sometimes the problem isn't something that the police can solve by just arresting somebody and taking them to jail. We really need to work with them, and we need to offer some resources and suggestions things that they can do to make the quality of life in their neighborhood a lot better.
So today we got some cool stuff happening here. Obviously the State Patrol is here. Kids can get in and out of the cars, Jay. We got our snowplows are even here to talk about how important they are in terms of public safety and all of those things. You got the boat from the DNR, but one of the cool things that's coming up here is the med flight. Talk a little bit about that, if you've ever worked with them in your career.
I have. We've had med flight come out. Sometimes when we have especially a severe traffic crash where somebody's critically injured and time is the factor, then med flight comes out. They bring a doctor. Besides just the paramedics on the ambulance, you got doctors that come out, and they can provide the best care possible. And then their time frame from flying from the scene to the hospital is such short, they get that person to the hospital and get the treatment that they really need. So they like to come out, and they're a big draw. They'll be landing here shortly, and everybody want to go see the helicopter, and then they're just a great resource that we have, and we're lucky we have that in our community.
Well, Jay, we're lucky to have you. Jay Wilson has been with the Fitchburg Police Department for nearly 30 years. Jay, you can't go anywhere. We still got a lot to do here, so don't retire anytime soon. But Jay says crime prevention is the key. Collaboration with agencies, but also you in your neighborhood, sitting in your house, walking up and down your streets, walking your dog at night, you are a key part of this as well. Do simple things like lock your car at night, lock the garage door, do stuff like that. But also don't be afraid to call our Fitchburg Police Department, 270-4300. Jay, thank you for your leadership.
Mayor, thanks for
Have a
joining us
great day
today.
today.
I will. Thank you.
You betcha.